Hello everybody, I am Stephanie with Charmed Southern Home and welcome to my segment today for Craft Around the Clock. I have a couple of ideas planned for you. We're going to make something and I'm going to give you a couple tips on some things that I do here at my house to decorate. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll be shared over into the Craft Around the Clock here in just a second. So if you hop on, say hi. If you're catching the replay, please let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know where you're at. And I will let you know I am in Southern West Virginia. So I am glad to have you here. I'm going to go ahead, while our friends are hopping on here, I'm going to go ahead and start on this candle ring here that I have. And I'm going to be showing you another idea to use it. So I'm going to just tie a string to it. So hopefully you guys will see me here in just a minute when the feed goes out. And if you're catching the replay, I appreciate you so much for being here. All right. So hopefully that, nope, that's probably going to untie itself. All right, let me tie that in a knot. All right, so we're taking a candle ring and we are using it as a wreath instead. So I am going to, okay, so first I'm going to tie this in a knot. This is just some baker's twine. You could use ribbon or fabric. So I'm going to tie it in a knot first. So hello Tracy, so this way it won't untie itself. So I'm going to tie it in a knot first. I'll go back over this when you guys, some of you are getting on here, so I'll go back over it. But all right, so then you're going to tie it in a bow, or you can tie it in a knot and clip it off, however you want to do it. Hello guys, welcome to my segment today. I would really appreciate if you'd like to sprinkle me out and follow my page, Charmed Southern Home. I would really appreciate having you here. All right, so I'm not going to tie that in a bow. I didn't think I'd have so many issues with this bow today. Okay. All right, so I am showing you, we're going to make something, and then I'm also going to show you real quick. This is a candle ring. It's a really pretty, just a berry candle ring, and then I took some baker's twine and I tied it to my candle ring and I made it into like a little wreath. So then I'm going to take my other end. I cut it way long. I'm going to cut my other end and I'm going to kind of just guesstimate where I want it to be to hang. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to tie a loop and tie a knot in it to have a little hanger. And this may not be, I may have to adjust this later, but just for now, just to show you. So you just take your candle ring and tie your string onto it. Okay? And then, like for my cabinet here behind me, if y'all see me there. So for my cabinet here behind me, I've made a hook and hung it on my door. So what I used to do the hook was, I get this, I now use this for all my crafts. This is tie wire. You find it in the concrete section at Lowe's. They have, it's in like just a big round, it comes like this. It's a little bit bigger, but it comes like this. I've used a bunch of it. So I just cut me a piece of it off with my wire cutters. Hello guys, thank you for joining me. All right, then I take it and I just bend it, if y'all can see. I just take it and I bend it. I just cut me a piece, kind of what I think I'd need. So first I'm going to make like a loop that will hang on my door, on my cabinet door. And then I'm going to curve it and make another loop that will be in the front to hang my, my wreath. So you're going to hang this part here on your door, and then you'll hang your wreath. You'll hang your wreath, you use your string or wherever, and you'll hang it like that. So I've already attached one up there on my door ahead of time to show you. And it may be a little bit too along, I would have to adjust that a little bit. But just for purposes, so you just get an idea of how to do that. So, but you could use a piece of ribbon. You could tear pieces of fabric. There's lots of ways you could hang it, but that's what I do. I use the tie wire, and I use this tie wire on all kinds of different crafts and things. It holds its shape really good, but just make you a little hook like that. One hook to go to the door, and then one hook for your wreath or whatever you're hanging up. So that's how I do that. So you can use candle rings for things besides just a wreath. So speaking of wreath, we're going to do another wreath today. So this is just a greenery, just a plain greenery wreath that I got. And I'm just going to kind of fluff it around a little bit. And usually, always, if you look at your wreath, there's usually always one spot that kind of looks like, you know, maybe I like to just cover that up. So that's the spot I always pick to either put my item that I'm going to put in like my centerpiece, or I will put like my bow in that spot. So this one's kind of got like a little thin looking area right here. So that's what I'm going to use to set my centerpiece. And you can do the same idea on smaller wreaths. If you get like, if you have, this one's a little bit too small for that idea, but just to give you an idea, you can take like a smaller wreath like this, and you can do some of these same things that I'm going to do on this wreath. And then you can take this and you can hang it on your cabinet like that, or you can lay it on your table and have it as a centerpiece, and you could put a big candle or a vase, or, you know, a little snowman or something in it. So you can do some of the same things in a smaller version that you can use in other areas of your house. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello everybody. I am in West Virginia, so we're supposed to get some rain later, but we need it. We have had some forest fires going on here for a while now, and they need some help. So, oh, let me first. So here's my centerpiece. This is a gnome I picked up, and I just thought he would be cute. First I saw the ribbon, then I saw the gnome, and I was like, oh, I gotta make this. So, alright, so he is, I always look for something that can kind of sit easily, and then he's got his little legs, and they will dangle over the front. So I'm going to set him right there in that spot where it was kind of thin. And then I just take some of the greenery pieces that are on here and kind of wire those around his little body. Alright, so there's that. And I'm going to kind of have him sit over to the side, and I'm also going to fasten one of his arms. So just find me a couple pieces in the right spot. You have to play with it a second before you figure out exactly what's a good spot to play with. So, all right. All right, so here's our gnome. Kind of fluff his beard out there a little bit. So there's Mr. Gnome. So that's all I did. I mean, this is the way I do it. I'm sure there are other ways, probably better ways, but that's the way I do it. Try to get things that I can attach without having to cut or do anything like that to him. So I was just able to just take him, and he's got a cute little jacket on. I just take the greenery and kind of wrap it around the top of his legs where you're not going to really see anyway, and it's going to blend in by the time we get done. And then that holds them in nice and secure. All right, then what I do is I take some deco mesh. This is the 10-inch roll, and I cut my pieces like this. Usually they're about 8 to 10 inches I don't use a rotary cutter or anything. I just use my scissors, and I just kind of pull it out like this, and I'll hold it, and then I kind of have the edge of the roll to use as a guide while I'm cutting. That way I can go straight. So if y'all have any questions along the way, let me know. Or if you have any questions in the replay, let me know, and I will try to get back to those, and I'll try to watch as we go. All right, so then I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to roll it up like that. And I take 2 at a time. 2 at a time. And then I'm going to take them. Which way am I going here? I'm going to take them, and I'm going to put them in an X. And I always put my the seam edge to the back. So you want the pretty side in the front. And you're going to pinch those together like that. Hello, Debbie from Secondhand Treasures. Some of you guys can catch the replays from the other crafters that have already been on today over on Craft Around the Clock. The link is somewhere. I think it's up at the top in the description. If it's not there, I'll go back and check. If it's not there, I'll post it after I get done here. So, all right. So we are going to do. I kind of work with it like a clock, and I'll kind of figure out where I want like my first one to be, and then from there I kind of go diagonal until I get it all kind of filled in. Oh, you don't like gnomes? I don't really decorate with gnomes, but I do make different things with them sometimes. But anyway, yeah, they're not really my thing, but I know a lot of people do still like them. So, all right, let's see. So I'm gonna find me a good spot here, and I'm just going to kind of loosely tie that on. So how many of you guys like gnomes? Does anybody still like gnomes? All right, so I'm going to take some more of my mesh. And you could switch that out with anything. It doesn't have to be a gnome. You can do it with anything. You can put a snowman in there. You can get a sign and put in there. You like them? You like gnomes? Some of them are cute. I've seen a few that I do like, but I just don't really decorate with them in my own house. But all right, so then I'm going to take, let's see, this one here. I'll probably put a bow right here. So I'm not going to put one right there. So I'll probably go ahead and put one over here. Okay, and I cut 10 pieces of this. Here's some gifts. You make gnomes, working on woodland gnomes right now. Yeah, they do. This one kind of looks like Santa to me. He's more of a Santa kind of decor to me. So Janet Hicks loved them. Lori likes gnomes. I wasn't sure if they were still a thing, but I still see them in the stores and everywhere all the time. So, yeah, this little guy, he don't have a face. He reminds me more of Santa or like an elf or something. He's not really a gnome to me. All right, so I'm going to take more of my mesh and make my X. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do one over here. And when you put your mesh in there, you got to kind of really take it and push it down in there good so that it will hold, and because you don't want it to be floating like up on the tips of your wreath. So I do like glitter. I don't like the mess of glitter. Sometimes I use other things like Glitterific that you can get like at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes I'll use things like this on some of my projects because it dries, it doesn't come off. And so sometimes I'll do that. So it still has a sparkle, but it doesn't come off. So keep going. I might have to cut me a couple more of these. I thought I had enough. I miscounted. So, have you guys been enjoying the shows today? All the Fun Fridays. The Fun Fridays are fun. I like to do them and watch them, get lots of ideas. Let's see. And as I go, when I put them in, I try to twist them back and forth to kind of fill it in so they're not all pointed the same direction. Let's see, in the decorating ideas. Oh, my hair. You should have seen me an hour ago. My hair was not in place. That's for sure. Okay, I need to cut a couple more of these so you'll get to see. So I pull it out and I've cut a lot of these so I just know how much I want. So I don't really measure it. I just kind of eyeball it because I know what I need. So then I just take and I just cut straight up the roll and try to keep it straight. Because you don't have to have a rotary cutter necessarily to do all this kind of stuff. So let me see what we have with this one and then I'll see if I need any more. The mantle ideas, yeah. There's been centerpieces. There's lots of different things going on this morning. All right, so take another one. I think I may move that one up a little bit. Okay. And we'll put this one down here. All right, I'm going to cut one more set because I still like to put a set behind where I'm going to have a bow. So I'll pull off my mesh. And if you measure it, it's about 8 to 10 inches that you pull off. I just made a lot of these, so I know how much. Quit. My dogs, I'm sorry. Every time they hear a little noise, they panic. Hello, Mary Jo. All right, so roll this up. I need them for something to work on. This gnome came from Joann's. This gnome came from Joann's. And they have, they were on sale. Well, I think all their Christmas stuff was on sale. But there were different sales for different areas of the Christmas stuff. So, they look like candy. Yes! I wanted to do something with red and white. And I found the mesh. It was the first thing I found. Then I found the ribbon, and you'll see the ribbon here in a minute. But that's what I did. You could find, if you don't have a Joann's, sometimes you can find the things online too. All right, so here's with our mesh. This is what we've got so far. Okay. I like working with the greenery wreaths because I just like the way it fills in with the greenery, gives it a little bit of a different look. So here are our ribbons that we are going to use for this project. So I've got 3 different ribbons. So I have a snowflake, we have a peppermint stripe, and then I have these, the gnomes. And it has kind of a gray background, which will match the gray fur that he has on his outfit. And then it's got the red and white to match our other colors. So there we go. I always use wired ribbon. I think that's just about mostly what all you can find anyway nowadays. But I use the wire ribbon, and Joann's has that on sale too. This is where I got the ribbon. Everything except for my greenery base, which is something I already had in my stash, came from Joann's. The mesh came from Joann's also. It's 10-inch. And then the ribbons, those all came from Joann's as well. So if you need to get you a screenshot or anything, there's that. All right, so then I'm going to take and I'm going to make an X. I cut each one 12 inches. Actually, first, I forgot. I need to go through and put my notches in, because it's hard to go back around the wreath and fight with it after you get everything on there. So I go ahead and fold my ribbons in half. I usually can do 2 at a time with my scissors, and then I take and I cut, and I make sure that I cut a little bit below the corner of it so I get a nice sharp tip on it. So you want it to be pointy. So I do that on both ends. And I cut my ribbon 12 inches long. Each piece is about 12 inches. I don't get real super technical about it. I'll take what I do to make myself not have to keep messing with a measuring tape is I'll take my ruler and I'll measure a piece and cut it off. And then I take that piece and I use that as my guide for all the rest of my ribbon. So I'll take this guide piece and I'll just line it up and then cut, and that way you don't have to keep messing with the tape measure and all that stuff. So all right, let me cut my tips on. I can put a couple of these together and get them done. So I'm going to fold, take my ribbon. I've got 2 together. My scissors will cut through it, so if you have better scissors, sometimes you can get more in there, but these are just regular scissors. So I fold it in half, pinch it in half. Make sure when you angle that your angle is going to be a little bit underneath those tips, because you want to cut some of that off, because you want a nice sharp point on there. So I hope I'm helping you guys learn something. Some of you guys in here have been crafting a while, and you probably know more than me on some of this stuff. So all right, so we're going to take our first little section here, and I'm going to put 3 pieces of ribbon per mesh section that we put on the wreath. So I'm going to make an X like this. I'm going to take my bigger pieces, make an X. Then I'm going to take my thinner one, and I'm going to lay it in the front like that. Then you're going to take, let's see, which way do I go? I kind of fold it towards the center, and then fold the ends kind of back. So then it's going to look like that. And then you can kind of take it and fluff it up a little bit, whatever you want to do. Or you can do it after you get it on the wreath. So then we're going to have one of these. And then we're going to go back and add one of these to each section of our mesh. And you can do this with any season. It's the same technique that I use, other than the greenery wreath, which you could get those greenery wreaths, and you can use those for other seasons too. Okay, so you're going to take your big pieces, fold them in half, snip off your V, make your little V notch, okay? Do the same thing on the other side. And I'll show you how I put them together again. Let me cut. Let's see. Oh, I already got that one cut. Okay, so then I take, and you can always watch this on replay if you have trouble with it later. So I'm going to take my big pieces, make an X. Then I'm going to take my skinny piece, and I'm going to lay it in the middle, like that. Okay, let me try to get over here where I can let you see. All right, so then you're going to take this piece, and you're going to fold it back. Fold it back, like that. Then you're going to take the sides and flip them the opposite way. So you're going to make kind of like a little taco. You're going to fold this way, and then you're going to fold this way. So this way, and then this way. I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know. I'll try to explain it better, but I don't know how else to explain it. So it's like a taco. Thank you, guys. All right, so then I'm going to add another one to one of my mesh pieces, and you may need to turn it and spin it to where it will fill in the most. You don't want it to be, you know, all the same direction all the way around, unless that's the look you're going for. I want it to be kind of mixed up a little bit. All right. So when you put your ribbon and your mesh in the wreath, you want to take, like you've got your wreath up like this. You've got all your little points up. So I find two that are like kind of close together. And when I take my ribbon, let me grab a piece. Like I got my ribbon here. I take it and I want to push it way down in there towards the frame as far as you can get it before you fasten it, because if you don't do that, it's going to be up here floating on the tips of your wreath and it's going to look funny like that. Okay, onward. Let's see. I may have to cut some more of this because I added an extra mesh thing on there. All right, so I'm going to cut another notch. I hope I'm not boring you guys doing this. And I forgot to bring my snowflakes in here. Hopefully maybe my daughter will hear me talking about it and she'll grab my snowflakes and bring them to me. Hint, hint. Probably has her headphones on. Oh, in that ornament bucket right there, the boxes with the snowflakes. Other bucket. Got lots of buckets. Hi Debbie, welcome. All right, so we're making a wreath. If you missed the beginning, go back and watch the first part. I showed you how to hang a wreath on like your cabinet door. And this is actually a candle ring. But look at it, look at it as a wreath too. You don't necessarily have to use it just for a candle ring. All right, so we're going to put our X, then take our skinny ribbon in the middle. They're big white snowflakes like this. Okay, wherever they are, I don't know. All right, so let me try to do this again. Let me see if I do it from the front, maybe if I do it like this. So you're going to take it and you're going to bend this in half. And then when you do that, you're going to flip the ends the opposite way. So pinch it. That's how I do it. If you need to kind of do it a different way, so long as you have it pinched there in the middle. Look in that other box. Try there somewhere. Okay. So since I have like a pattern on this one, I'm trying to put them on where I'm like twisting them in different ways so that they're kind of mixed up, but I'm trying not to also put them on there to where they're like hanging upside down either. No, they're white. I may have to add the snowflakes later. She can't find them and I forgot to grab them. All right, make your notch. All right. And then, no, that's not them. Close. All right, our X, then our middle one, fold and fold. Will you showing us how to do that? Yes, it's not bad. It takes a little practice. If you saw some of the first wreaths I made, I can't even believe anybody even bought them from me, honestly. So, yeah, this is, I'm going to have to cut a couple more pieces because I didn't cut enough. But this is how I do it. I'm sure there are other fancier ways, but this is how I do it. So I'm just using my piece that I had cut already as my guide. I'm not messing with the ruler again. I just match it up. And it's not got to be down to the millimeter or anything like that. As long as it's close, it's fine. So if you want it to be exactly perfect, I mean, you can do that, but really once you have it all on there, you can't tell and it's fine. So let me see. Let me cut one more. I think I'm going to need one more of this one too. I'm going to show you how I do a bow. Hopefully we'll have time to get to that. But yeah, if you missed the beginning, go back, watch the replay, and I'll show you how to hang that on the door. I need to adjust a little bit. It's a little bit lower than what I would prefer. I would shorten it up just a little bit, but it's pretty close. You'll get the idea of how to do it anyway. All right. Cut our notches. You can do this after you've put them in on the wreath, but to me it's easier to be able to just hold them like this and do it rather than trying to reach and fight with the wreath. All right. I might still need to cut another. Nope, I think it'll be the last one. Okay, so we got our X. And I'm not paying any attention to which one's which. I'm just making an X. So you'll pick 3, whenever you do a wreath like this, you'll just pick 3 ribbons. I kind of have like, you know, something with lines. And then this one would be considered sort of like my floral. And then I have this one, which is like my main one. So if you had like a bee theme or whatever. So, all right, so you're going to take that, bend it, then bend it up again the opposite way, and you can kind of move them around a little bit if you need to, fluff them back out a little bit to where you got it like that. All right. He's got a little jingle bell there on his hat. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. And I showed earlier in the video, I was trying to show real close how to fold the ribbons. So you take it like this, fold it down like that, and then take your other sides and come back up like that. And that's how I do that. Except you'll be holding all 3 of them together. So, let's see. So I got them all on. I'm going to put my bow down here in this corner. So here is, let's see if I can go the right way. So here's our gnome. So here's how it looks with the mesh and the ribbons attached. Okay. And then for my bow, I use a pipe cleaner, and usually I just use a black one because it doesn't show. I'll fold it in half. That's what I'm going to use to make my bow. And then I take the one that I want in the back, which is going to be this one. And I'll kind of make a loop and leave a tail on it. And then I take and hold where I'm holding in the middle. I'm going to kind of pinch that together. And I'm going to twist it. And make sure you twist it good, nice and tight. And I'm going to make another loop. I'm going to twist it again. And do another loop. And I kind of eyeball it and want it to be kind of the same size as the other one. So I'm going to twist it again. See, twist it again. Hold it. I know that I have a bow maker, but I don't use it. Alright, so then that, and then I'm going to twist this one again, because see, I've got my pattern. My pattern needs to be flipped, so I'm going to twist it again. That way my pattern is in the front. Okay, and you can do it to however long you want your tails to be. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball that. So now I have this. Alright, so I'm just going to keep hanging on to it. And if you have a bow maker, you can use that for this. This is just how I'm used to doing it. Alright, so then I'm going to take my other ribbon. Oh, that would be the one that fell on the floor a while ago. And I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to layer it on top of this one. So it's going to be... So I'm going to get kind of my loop like that. Let's see, I may have to twist that one. Alright, so I got my loop with my tail. Then you're going to pinch it. And then you're just going to twist. And you may have to let go a little bit in the back to be able to twist it. Kind of let go a little bit, twist it, and then grab it back again. That way your twist is in the center of it. Not a good bow maker. Oh, I just do my own thing. I just do what I like. So I'm going to make these loops a little bit smaller than these because I want the back ones to show. And I'm going to do 4 loops again. And each time you're going to turn it in the back. Okay. And on my last one, even though I'm not going to make another loop, I'm still going to twist it because I want my tail, I want the pattern to show in the front. And sometimes I'll leave my tails and let them stick up on the top, some on the bottom. I don't always have them all at the bottom. You can just adjust it however you want it to look. Okay. Let's see, yeah, I think I'm going to leave that one pointing up. So I may have to clip some more of him off. But I just kind of still grab them in the middle, and then you can kind of fluff them around. So that's what we got. I'm going to do the same thing again with my smaller ribbon. Leave a tail, grab onto it. I'm kind of fix my tail there. Now this row here, I'm going to have it a little smaller than the middle one so that it will show. Alright, so I'm going to try to let go of that for a second. Hi guys! 2 hands. I know, I about need 2 hands. So I'm going to do the same thing. I do 4 loops. You can do however many loops you want. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth. And I'm holding this in my hand. I'm not doing anything with this. I'm just holding with the other part with my fingertips. That's where a bow maker would come in handy probably. But This is just always how I've done it. So, all right, and then on that last one, be sure you twist it so the pattern is towards the front. And then we're going to clip it off. I'm going to clip it a little bit long because you can always trim it up again if you don't like it. All right, so I'm going to lay that in the middle there. All right, so here's what we have. Just kind of fluff it and play with it. Then I take my pipe cleaner and I'm going to lay it, the center of it. I always just fold it in half, and then I'm going to just push that down over the top of my bow like that, and grab the tails in the back and try to pull my hand out of there. And then I'm just going to take that and pull it tight and then twist it. And if you hold it and twist the bow, it'll make it tighter. Go around like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times, just so it'll hold on there. So here's what we have so far with our bow, and then you can turn it whichever way you think you want it to lay on your wreath. Just kind of fluff it around. So I might do it like this, and then trim it up after you get on. So then you're going to take your pipe cleaners, you're going to feed it through the wreath, and then you're going to just fasten it to the frame. Of course, I'm having trouble with that part. All right. Then I'll probably have to fasten these in afterwards since we don't have a lot of time left. But these are just some picks that I picked up at Joann's. I got different ones. I wasn't really sure what I was wanting to use, so I just grabbed a couple different ones. And so I've got my bow on there. And I like for the tails to kind of stick up in the air like that. So the only thing that I have left to do, I might, adjust the length of them a little bit and then put the little notch in them. And then I'm going to add some of these picks around just wherever, kind of in between the meshes. So, and I will be live again on Sunday evening. I sell live on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. I hope you can come over there. I would love for you to come watch. We have live sales every weekend. We have all kinds of fun over there. We have some DIY things going on Saturdays before the sales start. So we would love for you to come over there. We have an auction going on today. It lasts till 9 o'clock. So if you're in between crafters, pop over there and see. There's all kinds of handmade, lots of really pretty things, one-of-a-kind things that you could get as gifts or for yourself. Auction goes till 9 Central tonight. 9 Central. I really like these candy cane picks that I got at Joann's. They're flex. You can bend them and shape them. Sometimes when you get that kind of stuff, that it won't do that. So I don't know. I might not put that one there. I'm probably going to add some snowflakes as soon as I figure out where they are. I'm not sure what happened to them. But anyway, so and remember your wreath does not just have to be for your front door. You can hang it on a wall. You can hang it over a mantle. Here's an idea. I have a tobacco basket that I got at like Hobby Lobby. Put it in that. How pretty that would be. Let me turn it a little bit here. How pretty that would be, like that, on your wall. You can just wire it to it. Use a couple of pipe cleaners. Wire it to it so it'll hold it. And that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Does anybody have any questions? I'll try to post that link for the marketplace down in the comments after I get off of here. I'm not sure if anybody from there is on here currently. You're not to do that for me, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and you can take that technique and use it for other seasons. It doesn't just have to be for the Christmas wreath. It's the same kind of idea. So, and this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in the auction over there this afternoon or if I'm going to just post it and sell it. I'm not sure. But I'll probably do one or the other, so just keep an eye on my page, and when I decide here in a few minutes, I'll post something about it and get some better pictures. I gotta add my snowflakes too. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining us all this fun Friday, and I hope everybody's getting lots of ideas. And if you have questions, let me know. I'd love for you to follow my page, Charmed Southern Home. You should see it up there somewhere at the top of the video. Stay tuned for the next crafter on Craft Round the Clock, and just refresh your screen on that group, and the next person will pop right up in just a minute or two. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend, everybody.